Welcome to Global Entrepreneurship Week 2024. I'm Jonathan Altmans, and this is the 17th year since we founded this great global campaign to empower more citizens around the world to consider the path of entrepreneurship. And whether you're new to this field or whether you're one of the experienced builders and backers in one of our communities across the globe, you are now part of a movement that believes that we can solve problems, a movement in 200 countries that this week will attract over 10 million people to over 40,000 events. It's a very important campaign because it focuses on what we can create and build and do at a time when there's so many challenges for our world. And we really hope that you will look at this as an opportunity to be part of creating something new, building something better, of figuring out a new way of doing things with your fellow citizens. We believe that entrepreneurship is for everyone. In fact, that's our tagline and theme this year. It builds on the notion that we believe that entrepreneurship can happen anywhere, which is where we began this campaign, with trying to convince the world that Silicon Valley didn't have a monopoly on this. It could happen in any community, and it could happen to anyone. This week, you'll see a lot happening. I, for one, have the great privilege of speaking at the COP29 conference around the role that founders and startups have in actually coming up with solutions that can be implemented towards some of our climate goals, whether they're green tech or clean tech advocates, or whether they're simply looking at new solutions that will help execute what our government leaders feel is important to save our planet. We will also, in the other part of the world, it'll happen in Baku in Azerbaijan, but in another part of the world, in South America, in Rio, we'll be releasing our new G20 entrepreneurship report that will take a look at what are the latest trends and what are the latest developments happening in the major economies around the world within the global entrepreneurial ecosystem. I will also personally be in South Africa, where we'll open our latest Gen Campus, the 22 on Sloan Hub in Cape Town, an opportunity for us to show globally what can happen in a community that rallies around effective tactical strategies to enable more of its entrepreneurs to be able to succeed in their journey towards self-resilience and finding opportunities and turning them into reality. We'll have various members of our team in other parts of the world. In Europe, I know we have 3 members participating with governments. There's also going to be the Web Summit happening in Portugal. And perhaps most importantly, I'm very excited to say entrepreneurship will be celebrated in small left-behind communities across the United States. We're always so proud of the great campaigns that happen in Kansas City, the home of the Kauffman Foundation, which of course is the leader behind this movement, was the ones that developed the idea and have supported it from its outset. And we've been joined along the way by many companies, people like FedEx, who recognize the importance of empowering several communities and demographic groups that have been left out of this equation in the past. So I hope you'll participate wherever you are in the world, and that you're enjoying this week, and that you'll take a look at what's happening, whether on the research side or whether finding out what's happening in a community different to your own. But I also hope if you get excited about this world and you're keen to think, how do I take a next step? We are very pleased to announce that for the first time in many years, since it was actually initiated, the Global Entrepreneurship Congress will be returning to the United States. It'll be held in Indianapolis in Indiana, the first week of June of 2025. If you're planning a trip to the United States in 2025, please plan it around that time. Come and join us. Come and meet many of the leaders of the ecosystems across the world, where we'll have thousands of representatives, both leaders, investors, as well as, of course, the founders and the entrepreneurs and small businesses that are being enabled by this great movement. We'll all gather in Indianapolis for a week, and it's a great chance for you to make new friends, to create opportunities, and to walk away empowered with the understanding that actually this is a genuinely global movement in every nation, despite the fact that on the front pages of our newspapers, we see evidence of divisions among our nations and certainly among our geopolitical leaders. So if you're looking for a positive outlook for the future and you're thinking that you'd like to do a face-to-face connection, I hope that during Global Entrepreneurship Week, you will think about whether you can find a way to make it to the United States. You can go to gec.co to register. But in the meantime, enjoy Global Entrepreneurship Week and for everything that your community has to offer. And I want to thank you for giving this your thought, your time, your energy, as we all work together to figure out better ways of doing things. And we embark upon what is a profound mission to find ways that we can improve not just our lives, but those of our fellow citizens around us. Happy Global Entrepreneurship Week.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Soufriere Secondary School Startup Day, a very key event in the Next Big Inventor program. I am Michelle Samuel, your host for today, and I am thrilled to guide you through this exciting journey of innovation, creativity, and teamwork. I know that this event is, though Global Entrepreneurship Week has since passed, we have been working with the students of Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School to ensure that they would have been able to make their presentations before the close of the school year. This particular event that is taking place this morning is part of Global Entrepreneurship Week, considered an extension of, and a partnership between SLUDTERA and the Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School. Today, we celebrate the incredible potential of our students as problem solvers and change makers. A special thanks to my partner, T&D Marketing and Sales Management, who is on location at the school with the students to ensure we capture the energy and the excitement of this showcase. Today, we will see presentations from 4 amazing student teams who have been working hard to create innovative solutions to real life problems identified in their school community. Here's how the event will flow. Each team will have 8 minutes to present their project. After each presentation, I will have 5 minutes to ask them questions. And then at the end, we will have the announcement of the scores. Now, of course, I will encourage you to show the teams all the encouragement and enthusiasm they deserve, both on location and those of you who are going to be watching this live online. But before we begin, let me explain the rubric evaluating today's presentations. All 4 teams will be evaluated on the following criteria. First, problem identification. Next, solution creativity. Then feasibility, presentation delivery, and finally, team collaboration. Each criterion is allotted anywhere from 1 to 5 points, indicating how creative, how collective, how clear, and how impactful each project solution is. And of course, the teams are vying for something extremely remarkable: mentorship and business development services with a workshop with SLUDTERA. And the team who emerges extremely successful at the end of this workshop will win fast track access to Entrepreneurship World Cup 2025 and get to compete at a national level against other finalists for the title of our national winner, who may then have a chance to represent St. Lucia and our region at the global finals in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And so, without further ado, I would like to introduce the teams. They will each have their presentation. They will each be sharing their screens to visualize their presentation in addition to them speaking to us. And we will have a break in between the two presentations and then end with the final two. Again, I encourage you to show support to the presenting teams. Remember to cheer for them as they take the stage, but also when they are presenting, let us pay close attention to the solutions that they have come up with. And now let us hear from our very first team. Okay, are we ready for the first presentation? Please ensure that your presentation is visible on the device because I can't see your presentation.
Hold on. Could you add in our account, please?
Which one is that?
SCSS Coms.
Okay.
Thank you. GI.
Hi, can you hear me?
Can you see the screen?
Yes, so the audio is.
So the only thing I need to see on the screen that you're sharing is your presentation. You're muted, so I can't hear you.
Not seen our presentation.
What I'm seeing is the meeting screen. They need to show this the tab that has the presentation only.
Michelle, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
They're encountering some difficulties. So like give them like 5 seconds. We're trying to figure it out.
What difficulty are they experiencing? What's
He
the issue?
said with his screen, with regards his screen, so I go and check it now.
What's that?
I think with regards sharing their screen, so I checking out their computer now. Let me see what's going on. So
Okay,
this is
because
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which ones are they because I see Aqua Bloom, I see SC Forms. Which one is which?
All right. I'll mute mine and they'll do it from the.
No, the thing is, I still need to communicate with somebody there on the ground. So,
Okay, well, yeah, she can hear you. Go ahead. I'll just lower my volume.
no, what I'm saying, I need to be able to communicate with you.
I'm okay. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah. So
I
what
think
I'm
you're ready
saying
now.
is I'm seeing somebody another device called Aqua Bloom Aqua. Who is that? Does that person?
Yeah, aquaponics. What other group? What them? Hello, Imanas. Where your PC? Where your laptop? Come there.
Because everybody needs to be ready when it's their turn to go.
Yeah, for the sorry, Michael, for the presentation. Take that there, Imanas. Come there. You're supposed to be together.
So the person who has the presentation on the screen, where is the presentation? I'm not.
Where's the presentation? Where's the presentation? You seen it, Michelle? You seen it? I don't see it. The app. So where is it? She, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
So they said they're going to show the website first, and then after they'll show you the plans. They'll explain the plans and the presentation. Sorry.
Okay, so the
So you're in
person
the
who is
website
going
now.
to,
They're uploading the website now.
so the person who has,
You ready? They say they're ready, yeah?
so which one of
That's
them?
group A and that's group B. Put on the screen for to see.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Michelle, you're in them now, right?
What is the team name? Because the team names are not visible.
Get down far because
Yeah. That's what I just asking. I just checking with you. So, if you're ready. Okay, I'm moving away now. So, okay, Michelle, they're presented now. I could hear you for
Hold
that.
on, hold on, hold on.
She said, hold
They
on.
need, you listening?
You're listening? Yeah. I'm ready, Michelle.
No, they need to rename themselves because the team, I'm not seeing which one is which. I can't tell. They need to
Oh,
rename themselves. There's
how
three
you name
dots.
yourself on the PC?
There's three dots at
How
the
did you
top.
name yourself? All of y'all rename yourself properly so she could differentiate because I think the names may be similar. All of y'all have STSS. So Michelle, what name you seen? STSS or the name self they have?
I see Aqua Bloom, I see SCSS comms, I see another SCSS comms, so they need to label themselves properly.
Yeah, so who?
well, that's
So
the presentation. That's the presentation.
The two SCSS comes to the same group as the presentation.
she said that he said the two STSS form is the same group, so it's the presentation that's there. She said the screen. He said the screen that is sharing. That's what's going on there.
But what I'm saying is, how will I be able to know which one is which if it's not labeled?
She said it's the same person. No, that's what I'm saying. Individual, so they rename them. So change your own. So leave them as STSS and put your own as something else.
Then there's the three little dots at the top of the screen that's sharing. It'll allow them to edit their
Yeah.
name.
Edit it on what you share in your screen. Hey, Miss, you're right. Happy belated.
They didn't have to come out. All they had to do was to click the little three dots at the top of where they were. It allowed them to edit the name. They may not know how to do it, so you can show them how to do it.
Right, do it.
You do it. Okay. Okay. You do it. Done it. You see the it it changed on your screen.
Well, they
The
left the
edit.
screen, so I can't see anything.
Go back and share the screen. They're on the backstage. Go back.
Which one are they? Because the names have not changed.
I don't know how they have two sets, but they keep on saying both is the same thing and both is there.
What I'm saying is that they're not using the correct way to change the name. It's the three dots at the top right hand corner. Click on the three dots.
Personal names or the name of a project.
The
That's
name,
why
he asking if it's their personal names for the groups or the name of the project.
The name for the group. So group 1, group 2, group 3,
Yes, the group,
4.
that's group one.
Because they don't need to come out to change the name. All you have to do is to
Yeah,
click the
group
three
one.
dots at the
You
top.
see it, you see it now? You see it now, Michelle?
No, they're not. Okay, I can see group 1 now.
Yeah, so what group you are? What you have, Jerry? No, group two. Yeah. You can leave that open, but put group 1, 2, and 3 so you could know. No, put it the same. Just put a slash open or something. Aqua Bloom. And who's group 3? Colin. Because yes, you're live. So be nice. Ali chat.
No idea what's going on. I see it say log in. Michelle, you could see them?
Tansy,
You can hear us?
you can see that there's a group 1 on the screen, right? Who is group 1? What's that on the screen?
What's your order?
No, what I'm saying, the label name that is group 1, what exactly is being shared there? Because nothing is showing on the screen.
They need to change their name from group 1 to what they are.
No, she said leave that group on, but
No, what I'm saying, I'm seeing a label group 1, but nothing is showing. What are they? Is anything being shared?
Michelle, I don't see this screen. Yes, it's coming up.
And the other groups, I have not seen them log in.
Join in on StreamYard, guys. What group?
I see Aqua Bloom. Who is Aqua
Yes,
Bloom?
Aqua Bloom. Yes, join Aqua Bloom. Bring Aqua Bloom to
So
the.
what group is that? Is that group 2, group 3, group 4? What group is that?
Michelle, they just updated it. It should show group 2/Aqua Bloom. No, put group 2 first.
Okay, so Tansy,
So Michelle, they're gonna use their audio on their PC because they did not bring the mic, so you will listen from the table.
well, yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was about to tell you. I was about to tell you you can mute your laptop, so I'll just use that for visuals, and they can
Okay.
use the audio on their own devices. All right.
Hello?
So group 1 members, your audio should be on. And your camera should also be on. Both your camera and your mic should be on.
Michelle,
Yeah.
what I did was I attached the mic to her for the feed for the news to her
Mm-hmm.
on the next camera that recording them up on that
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Okay.
But Tanzi,
Mm-hmm.
for their presentation, ask them to share the tab instead of the whole screen.
Share your tab. Huh? You know how to do that? And not your screen. Yeah. It says share Windows tab, share your entire screen. Yes. You know, once you on the sharing, once you click to the next screen, you just hit share this tab instead. It will give you the option at the top. Okay? Here's a that's everybody. So Michelle, group 1 is getting ready to present. You have a screen saying login. Huh? Okay, you ready? All right, let me come up in your camera.
Okay, so you can hear me?
On mute.
Your camera is not on.
Moderation.
No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
No,
It will have an
it will
echo.
echo.
You
So
see
you have
it?
Okay, now I could hear you. When something was done and I could hear you then.
Hello?
okay, can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
just mute the speaker.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. You ready? Good afternoon. My name is Adia Flavian, and I am the group leader of Group 1. Our issue today is communication. In today's fast paced, digitally connected world, misunderstandings and poor communication is often the cause of conflict on both administration and on students. Many students don't feel comfortable enough to express their concerns and queries in person. They require a safe space to share their ideas, whether it is coming where our polls or what day do the end of term exams start. Another issue is that many schools don't have a platform where members of their student council can connect with their peers to create a virtually safe environment. So we introduce to you SCSS Comms. SCSS Comms is a communication website where students are able to share their problems and ideas freely and anonymously. Students have the choice to decorate their profile using a nickname, etc., and message their teachers, administrators, or student council members without feeling any shame or embarrassment. In other words, SCSS Comms is a place for shy or uninformed students to address any queries they have to staff. This website is soon to be turned into an app. Now, a few words with the website developer on more about SCSS Comms.
Good afternoon. My name is Janix Felix, and I am the website developer and designer for SCSS Homes. So, when you open the website, you'll be presented with a login and sign up page where students can enter their full name, their school email, and create a safe password. After, they'll be presented with the dashboard. They'll be presented with the dashboard where they'll have the notice board where they can read about the updates and the upcoming events in the school. They can also leave a comment and ask various questions and message admin about the issues and concerns as well. The admin also have their own website or platform where they can post a new notice, update and delete notices, and also respond to students' queries and concerns. Hold on, huh? So the communication method, the platform enables users to communicate through text messages, photos, and graphics. It is designed specifically for student councils to communicate with the student body, but later it would be incorporated in the entire school where all students can communicate with each other and admin as well. The safety will have end-to-end encryption to secure communication, and there will be an anonymous setting that allows users to appear anonymous by turning on or off a specific setting in their profile. The platform management will be managed by designated administrators. They will they will oversee usage, handle complaints, and ensure the platform remains safe and compliant with school policies. Accessibility, it will be available on various devices, tablets, phones, laptops, etc. The cost and monetization will be free for all students. If fees are necessary, they could be covered through script subscriptions, school funding, or sponsorships. We also have intentions of expanding this website to various schools, enabling a broader network of communication and collaboration among other student councils as well. our unique selling points is tailored specifically for the student council, but setting apart from general purpose platforms. It provides a focused, secure, and school appropriate communication channel. In conclusion, the online platform offers a safe, efficient, and tailored solution for student councils to communicate with the student body. As we transition to an app and explore expansion opportunities, we aim to maintain the platform's core values of safety, accessibility, and user friendliness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Um, I have a few questions for you, of course, as you would expect. So I want to first of
Hold
all,
on. Can you repeat yourself, please?
yes, I want to thank you for your presentation. And I also want to commend you on taking notes of the recommendations that I made the last time that we spoke, where I questioned about your settings and what can be shared in terms of graphics, text messages, images, who would be managing the platform, and of course, how will it be monetized? So I'm really happy that you addressed those key issues in your presentation. Okay, I'm very, very excited about that. So I'm going right back to the the problem that you identified. I know that you said it is centralized to the Students' Council. My question is, who in fact identified this problem or this issue? Was it identified by the students themselves, or was it the principal, or was it the staff?
It was the student council.
The student council. Okay. And with this particular solution that you've come up with, what is the name of the solution? What's the name of your project?
SCSS comms.
SCSS forms. Okay. Now, the reason I wanted to highlight the name of the solution that you created is again because it was tailored to it was tailored to your students council team, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Now, with that being said, you also mentioned in your presentation that you are looking to expand this to potentially reach other schools. So, if the idea is to expand it, what would the name be? Because right now it says SCSS Comms. Will the name still be the same? Or what would the name be if it were to expand to other schools? Because right now it's tailored to your school's name. So how exactly will it expand in terms of the name?
I don't have a name yet, but we might have to rebrand if we are looking to expand our platform.
Okay, now that is something that I wanted you to consider. So though you have in your presentation that there is the possibility or the option to expand this particular product to other schools, you have to first start with the name. Is the name transferable? Can the name be adapted anywhere else? Because right now the name is specific to your school. Okay? So what you would then have to consider is, should you choose a different name that
We're
is
experiencing some technical difficulties, having some latency with the Wi-Fi at the school.
okay, I understand.
You able to hear us?
Yes. Can they hear me from where you are there?
It's frozen on their side. Michelle, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I could hear you now. They're having a lot of latency. So I don't know if you
Okay.
want them to move
Can they
up.
hear me
Bring
from
my
your
laptop
end?
to them.
Yes, bring it
I'll
closer to
bring my
them.
laptop. Okay? Yeah, so she feels to the side. Right, go ahead, empty desk. Okay. Hold on. It's now Michelle. Okay, yeah, good. Go.
So can you repeat what you said, please?
Wait, feedback.
Okay. So my question was about the expansion to other schools, because the name is not transferable. So SCSS forms cannot transfer to default comprehensive. So
Yeah.
what I'm asking is, perhaps you can consider changing the name to make it more transferable. So you can maybe keep the last name and change
Yeah.
the SCSS, or you can consider where you have the platform that is hosted by the students or the users of the school, and then the additional schools who want to be able to utilize this very same platform can subscribe to it and then create their own username off of the platform. And that way, they're able to now brand it as their own. So, in other words, you own the platform, it's sort of like web hosting. You own the platform, but every single time a profile is created, it will belong to a different school. And each school will then be able to name their platform whatever it is that the school's name is. Okay, so let's say, for example, if it is Leon Hess that wants to use the communication platform, they create a profile, and that profile will then be named CSS Comms. You understand?
Yeah.
So perhaps you can look at it that way, where it's a hosting platform that you can enable other schools to create their own profiles and thereby tap into the features that you just described. You with me so far?
Yeah, I with
Yes.
you.
Okay. Now, so far, of course, this is just theory of what you would like the site to look like. How much time do you think you would need in order to create a prototype to see if it would actually work? How long do you think you need to create that? Because I would love to see it in action.
I can't tell you how long, but I don't know. Probably like give me 6 months.
But are
Yeah.
you able to develop it to this point? Because remember, what we're doing is ensuring that you have a working product that will be able to deliver and test out, because that will determine whether you move on to the next round. If it's
Yeah.
something that's not workable or that cannot be used, it will not qualify you to the next round. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that you could actually follow through and create this.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is where you now need to convince me that you can. So how would you plan to do that?
I'll look. I'll ask help. Ask for help. Yeah. There's a teacher at the school who codes as well, so I could ask her for some help.
Okay. So we've answered the why, we've answered the how, we have not been able to answer the when. So that's the question you have not been able to answer. The when is, when will this be able to be up and running to be used, at least to just try out? You have not been able to answer that one. Okay. You've already answered the where, which is it is tailored to your students' council. So it was made for your use. But just keep in mind, like I said, that if you plan to scale it up, as you indicated in your presentation, you need to be able to make it transferable and adaptable to other schools, not just your own. So keep that in mind when you are developing the platform.
Yeah. Yes, miss.
And you mentioned monetizing that, the maintenance and the upkeep and so on will be financed through subscription, school sponsorship. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
I did not hear you mention Ministry of Education. Why is that?
That wasn't in my mind at the time.
Okay. So since this is a school platform and the school actually falls under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Education, it would actually be prudent to check them as a first point of contact for potential funding for this. So it is commendable that you are looking to self-sustain, but you do fall under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Education. So you would need to get their endorsement as well. And if you can get their endorsement, it makes sense to ask them to finance it. Okay?
Okay, miss.
All right. Um, and what are the names of the members on your team?
My name is Adia Fabian.
Sorry, the name again?
Adia Fabian.
Nadia Flavian.
Yes.
My name is Elijah Gilbert.
What's that?
Elijah Gilbert.
I will need the spellings of those names eventually, yeah? Okay?
And Janik Felix. Also, Kian Abraham, but she's not here today.
Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 persons on your team.
Yes.
Okay, and what were the roles of each of those persons? What were they responsible for?
I'm the group leader. I'm the one who does most of the talking.
The morning. The website's coder and design. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the assistant programmer.
Okay, so Mr. Gilbert, you are the assistant programmer.
Yes.
And the person who is not present, what is the role?
Graphics designer.
Graphics. Okay, and how long did it take you to come up with this?
The project.
Mm-hmm.
I could like how long again? 2 weeks. A week to 2 weeks.
1 to 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. I do appreciate. Was that sorry?
Thank you as well.
Yes, thank you. I do appreciate your presentation and what it is that you made possible here for me this morning. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Okay, so now going to hear from the second team. Please ensure that your presentation is being shared on the screen. Team 2.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Before you start, make sure you hit present or play or
Oh,
okay, and you can go ahead with your presentation once it has started sharing.
good day. My name is Luyan Shasni. I am the presenter for this group.
Again, my name is Jimenez Justina. I'm the group leader of the group, and I'm also the builder for the aquaponic system.
Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Karina Lionel, and I am the researcher for this.
Good morning. My name is Ali Goodwin. Good afternoon. My name is Ali Goodwin, and I am the designer for this group.
Good afternoon. My name is Jadar Pascal, and I'm the graphic designer of this group.
Today, we will be focusing on the concept of our aquaponic system and how it works as a sustainable way to grow and harvest plants. We will also be focusing on the problem with the aquaponics system and the solution. Firstly, I would like to begin with what is aquaponics. Aquaponics is a system that combines the raising of fish and the growing of plants without soil. It is a closed-loop system where plants and fish support each other naturally. Now I will be saying the advantages and benefits of aquaponics. Firstly, it uses 90% less water than traditional farming. It provides both fish and fresh produce. It saves water because it recycles the same water continuously going back to the first point, and it uses no harmful chemicals, so it is eco-friendly. The problem. Imagine you are living in a place and you are surrounded by concrete with no place to farm and harvest plants. Another scenario is you do have an aquaponic system and constantly have to find a way to balance the needs of the fish and the plants, which requires a lot of careful planning, monitoring, and adjustments to avoid issues such as nutrient imbalances and system failure. This is why today we present you with our new and improved AquaBloom aquaponic system. In 2022, we first designed our Barato aquaponic system, where our project was based on using recyclable materials to significantly reduce the cost of our aquaponic system, making this system widely available for use. We are now revamping our system and transforming it into a modern and simplified design which could be placed inside your home right there on your own kitchen counter.
How the system works. Fish produce waste. Fish are first fed with the automatic feeder and then excrete an ammonia which accumulates in the water. Beneficial bacteria convert ammonia to nitrates and then to nitrates which plants uses as nutrients. Plant nutrient absorption. Plants absorb nitrates, cleaning the water in the process. Clean water returns. Water now filtered by the plants flows back to the fish tank, creating a closed loop system. Prices that all are from Amazon. Water pump $30. Solar air pump $22. Air pump $60. Automatic feeder $30. Hoses $42. Sheet of glass $140. Grow bed $120. Filter $250. Sump tank $100. Total $600 US. When we converted that, we got 1,650 EC dollars. Accessories: submersible water circulation, tubing aquarium, grow lights, plant basil and lettuce, fish betta, guppies or goldfish.
In conclusion, our AquaBloom aquaponic system design makes it easier to monitor the system since it would be right there on your kitchen counter, unlike an average aquaponic system. It would also be less time consuming, as in an average aquaponic system, you would need to go and feed the fish yourself, whereas in our design, we have an automatic feeder. Therefore, the only thing you would need to do is farm and harvest. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for the presentation. And you said it's Aqua Bloom Aquaponics.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, one of the things that I wanted to find out about was um, what is the size of this particular product that you're referring to? I heard you make mention of the fact that it could sit on your kitchen counter and so on. Um,
We have a model so we can show you.
okay, so I can.
Oh,
All right.
showing you it now.
Okay, so can you please describe as what is showing?
Your mic muted.
Okay, you can go ahead and describe what I'm seeing.
So this is our fish tank. We got our fishes in here. Then we got our grow bed. This is our plants, the lettuce. Then the air pump. Then we have our filter. Then our water pump, which pumps the water
Now,
backs up the grow bed and backs up.
before you continue, I want you to consider sharing what it's made of and how it was put together, what material we use. I want you to be very, very careful to explain that. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
We recycled empty water bottles to
Mm-hmm.
create this project.
Right.
And empty plastic bottle caps for our filter.
Okay.
And we use our PVC piping with silicone. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Can you share?
this is our grow light. It's a multi what? Yes, multi grow light. You can adjust it.
Okay. And what is the temperature of the room where it is located currently?
Room temperature.
Okay. And how does it maintain that temperature considering the fact that we're in a tropical climate?
With the help from the heat of the light, the grow light.
Okay. And what powers it right now? And how is this power maintained?
On a transformer.
What's the voltage?
So we use a 12 volt air pump, 12 volt water pump, and a 24 volt grow light.
Okay. And approximately how much time did it take to put this prototype together?
2 days.
And about what was the cost in terms of putting into that?
It was about roughly $200. Yeah, $200.
Roughly 200?
Yeah.
Okay. And how much crops do you think you can yield from what is currently in this prototype?
I beg your
How many
pardon?
how much crop or how many beds of lettuce, how many hands of lettuce or bunches of lettuce can this produce based on what I'm
8.
seeing there?
Well, 10. Yeah, 10. But we have 8 on right now.
Okay. And how long until harvest time?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
We'll be tracking the progress as well, and videotaping.
Okay. So my next question is, if you were to scale this project, right? Or if you were to say that you wanted to expand on this project, um, what would you say is needed for you to scale? For example, for you to make more than one of this prototype that you have, or do you have any plans to make more than one?
We have plans, but we don't have the finance to expand our project.
Okay. One of the things you mentioned was that it could fit on your kitchen counter. How much space
Yes,
would you say that this takes up? How much counter space would you say it takes up? Look at the size of the bin that you're using, the plastic bin. How much
about
size do you see?
about 2 feet
Are
of
you
the plant.
sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Look at the counter space of the entire product that you have there. That's not 2 feet, huh?
It's vertical, so we have to build a shelving system. Yeah, this is our counter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Excellent job. Excellent job. Thank you very much for your presentation. Group 2, that's Aqua Bloom Aquaponics. Tansy, do you have any questions for them?
Well, they've basically answered the majority part because they're focused on using recyclable products you have at home. So I believe that the overhead costing of this project makes it a sustainable practice because we have a lot of waste management taking place here. And I'm really impressed with their layout of how they were able to put together just a regular transformer and build everything from bottle caps, recycle hard plastic from other materials and raw materials they found around the school. So I'm really impressed with the layout. So far, no questions. You can actually see the live fish is in the aquaponic aqua bloom. And while it's harvesting, the plants are also getting nutrients.
It's really impressive to see this in the flesh. It really is.
Yes, great
See the
setup.
I must say, very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. I do have one more question though. In the case of a power outage, what happens?
So
So we can have a modern system as well that can be solar powered for the home.
Okay, because that was one of the questions I had, especially
nice. So
since.
you'll be focusing on renewable energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, very nice. Thank you so very much, Group 2. Great job.
Yeah,
Well
thank
done.
you. You're welcome.
Okay, so Tansy, we're going to take a 10-minute break and
Yes.
then we're going to come back to Group 3 and 4.
Bring the table. Wonderful. Thank you, Michelle. They'll go break for them to have something to eat because some of them haven't had lunch. Okay, guys, so you'll have a 10-minute break. Go eat. We'll be with you all shortly.
I'm Jonathan Altmans, president and founder of the Global Entrepreneurship Network. What we're about is creating an opportunity for anybody, anywhere, to unleash their idea. We want to make sure that the guy that's got the worst deal on the planet has an opportunity. At the Global Entrepreneurship Network, we've built one global entrepreneurship ecosystem that allows anyone on the planet to be able to connect, understand, support, and celebrate the entrepreneurs that represent so much promise for our future. We went in with the belief that we could create a common culture across the globe in the interest of entrepreneurship and innovation. We learned a lot of techniques and tools about ultimately how do you build a community that's across the world? How do you cross national boundaries and cultures and religions and languages? We discovered something that was common in all people. They have this enthusiasm and curiosity about making the world a better place. We tried to provide some structure, but allow a lot of flowers to be blooming the way they wanted to. We have divided our work into 4 primary cornerstones. We want to be able to connect everybody across any aspects of an entrepreneurial ecosystem to find peers, find markets, and find opportunities. Secondly, we want to understand the field better. We want to elevate the field based on research and data. And then thirdly, we're working carefully to provide the best support programs we can find. The last part is we like to celebrate. It's where we began with Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is the notion of making the role of the entrepreneur be perceived around the world as being a force for good, as being the individuals who are able to create new value in our societies and can really set an example for all of our citizens in the way we go about living our lives. Entrepreneurs are the great equalizers. They bring the ability of anybody to be able to have the opportunity no matter where they come from in the world. That promise of entrepreneurship is always what's empowered our community.
Thank you. So before we start, on behalf of the Global Entrepreneurship Network, I'm speaking on behalf of our entire worldwide team as the chairman of the organization. First of all, thank you very much for 18 years of celebrating entrepreneurs. That's absolutely amazing, and you may be one of the countries that has been doing this longer than anybody. So we thank you very much for that support of entrepreneurs. During this week, Global Entrepreneurship Week, to give you an idea, last year we had, during the entire week, there were 40,000 events held across almost all 200 countries, and 10 million people attended that. And I just wanted to say, across all the 200 countries that we represent, as chairman, I'm honored to be in your country with you today to celebrate the opening of Global Entrepreneurship Week. So thank you for having me, and thank you for all you do to support entrepreneurs. I want to take a few minutes and talk about the importance of innovation and how it works. So innovation is the intersection of three things. It's the intersection of new technologies, new ideas, and existing industries and talent. So when you have talented people looking at new technologies and applying them to existing industry problems, that's when innovation happens. And innovation is something we must continue to inspire, to fund, to mentor, to make sure that our talented citizens are continuing to create and innovate. So that's why we wanted to talk about that today. Many people think that innovation comes from looking at the industry that you work in and trying to make it better. But the truth is, the world's most innovative people come up with their ideas by looking to see what the rest of the world is doing, by studying advances in every other industry and asking this question: is there something that another industry is doing, or a new technology that did not even exist yesterday, that I could be applying to solve a problem in the industry that I am in? So we want to encourage people, whatever industry you are in, you should be looking at the ideas and the innovations and the technologies from other industries. It's funny because for me, I'm an engineer by trade. And so I have spent my whole life trying to build innovative things to make industries better. But as an engineer, some nights I don't want to go to sleep because I know that while I'm sleeping, something amazing happened somewhere in the world and I missed it. Okay, some new technology was created here in China, or maybe pick a country anywhere in the world. While I was sleeping, some innovator came up with some great idea. But that's the exciting part. Every morning When I wake up, I ask this question: what happened while I was sleeping that creates a brand new opportunity? I used to say to my employees, what can we do today that we could not do yesterday? They actually made me a shirt that says that, because I tell them all the time, every morning, what can we do today that you couldn't even do yesterday? Innovators never stop looking for new opportunities. And that means studying every new technology idea and asking that question. When augmented reality came out, many people that I know might know what it is, but they don't really. If I ask them, what is augmented reality technology? Most people don't know. So innovators are the ones that say, I'm going to go find out. And they look at these technologies. The example on the screen is a friend of mine in the real estate business that they used to hand out drawings of new homes like that. And now he has an AR application that when you hold your device over the drawing, it shows you what it would look like if you lived there, and you can move the pieces around. His question was, what is augmented reality, and could I use it in my industry, which was real estate? You should ask that every single day. When virtual reality came out, we all got really excited, but virtual reality, just like AI, has not found its real home yet. More innovators will create more ideas with virtual reality than we have seen yet. One of my favorite ones is in medicine, where doctors are creating ways where they can walk inside out to help heal you. I think applications like that are amazing. But again, the question is, what is the newest technology and how can I use it in the industry that I am in? AI, as we all know, it's actually kind of funny to me, because the university that I went to in the United States, when I was at university, I went to this college because I wanted to learn AI. So that's how old AI is. We were working on it when I was a student, and it's only now becoming a useful technology. But again, the question is, how can you use artificial intelligence in whatever industry you're in? And so constantly, when we wake up in the morning, there's another new technology that we should be exploring. Instead of thinking that technology doesn't apply to me, what we want you to think is, what is that technology? And could I be the first person in the world in my industry to use it? I would like to give you an example. I spoke at every year, Microsoft has an annual technology conference with like 30,000 people or something. So they asked me to speak at it. So I was backstage in a VIP room with the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella. And I was asking Microsoft, and I'm only using them for one example. I don't have anything to do with them. But I asked him, what are you working on? What new thing that I don't know about that I'm going to wake up one morning and see it? And he said, holograms. And I said, holograms? And he said, we're spending billions on holography. This is just an example. They have a product called HoloLens, right? So I went immediately to look at this technology and to see demonstrations, to see if I could find a way to use a new technology in an old industry to make something better. That's what all of us in this room should be doing. That's the innovator's job. And so the holography looks like this. If you are designing a motorbike, or if you are shopping for a motorbike, it is going to appear on your desk in full 3D. You can change the colors. You can make the motorcycle sounds. You can try different designs. That's a pretty good way to shop. It's also a pretty good way to design with the 3D hologram of the product right there on your desk. But our goal is to ask the question, can I use that technology in the industry I'm in? So I showed this to some friends of mine who are in the music industry. In the music industry, they do concerts, right? They hire singers, and singers go on a stage and they perform concerts. But the question was, this new technology of holograms, could we use it in our industry, in music? And some of you may have already heard of this already, but I will tell you what innovators do. They have a new pop star. She's in Korea and she's in Japan. This pop star, she sells out 10,000 tickets a night. Every night she sings in arenas of 10,000 people and they sell all the tickets. But she never gets sick. She never complains. She never asks for more money. She's never late as a singer. And the reason why is because she's not real. They made a hologram pop star and they do concerts every night and they sell out every concert. That's innovation, right? That is using a new technology to solve a problem in a way nobody ever has in an industry. I just picked that for an example, but I think it's amazing. By the way, they did a concert in the United States with artists who are no longer living. They made a hologram of Elvis Presley, and they brought him back to life and did a huge concert in the US. So that is why we continue to look at all these technologies to find a way to do something no one has thought of before us. We need to continue to have hard technology innovations in our. I created a technique I want to share with you for keeping up with technology. So, because I started to notice that the world's most innovative people and companies, they are doing something that everybody else isn't. They are not, if you're in energy, they are not just looking at the energy industry. They are taking time to find ideas in every industry and use the best ones. So I wanted to create a method for me to do that I want to share with you today. Now, I just made up this word, but I call this idea info sponging. And the idea of info sponging is this. Every day, well, let me explain what the problem is. The problem is that if I am in the energy industry, what do I work on all day? Energy problems. If you came to me and said, Jeff, there is a conference for fintech, finance and banking industry, do you want to go? I would say, no, I work in energy. I'm not going to go to the banking conference, but that's where the missed opportunity is, okay? And when I started looking at really innovative people, they say, yes, I do want to see what good ideas fintech has to see if I could use them in energy. The problem is you don't have time to go to all these other industries. So here is what I do with info sponging that I would like to challenge you to do. Every morning when I wake up, for the first 20 minutes of my day, you do not work for your company and you do not work in your industry. Take 20 minutes every day. That's all. If you can't do it every day, do it once a week, do it a couple times a week. But every day when I wake up, for the first 20 minutes, I don't look at my phone. I don't look at my business. I'm not in my industry. I challenge myself to do this. I challenge myself to learn one new thing every day. But here's what's important. It's one new thing that I do not need to know. Okay? It's not something about the energy sector. I already know that, right? For me personally, my business was the travel industry. We created a company called Booking.com. I don't know. I know it's here in China. I just don't know if you use it. But our company, Booking.com, is here. So we looked at hotel and travel industry. So I want you to think of knowledge like pieces of a puzzle. So if I gave you one piece of a puzzle and said, what is this puzzle? He would say, I don't know. It's just a blue piece. If I gave him 2 or 3 pieces of a puzzle, he would still not know. But what if every day I took another piece of this puzzle and gave it to him, and every day He moved the puzzle pieces around on the table and looked at the picture. One day he would call me and he would say, I can see the pattern that is forming. When this puzzle is finished, it's going to be a picture of a castle in Europe. That's what you do with knowledge. You collect pieces of knowledge, you move them around, and you try to figure out what's coming next. So that's what I do with info sponging. Each day I read a story. I watch a video from some other industry, from some other technology. I talk to somebody that's not in my industry. Just find a way to learn one new thing a day. And what I do is I write down the one thing that I learned. And at the end of each day, I just look at the paper of all the things I wrote down. And I try to see if I can see a pattern developing. So I'm going to give you an example. These pieces on this puzzle here. One day I read a story, and by the way, just follow your curiosity. Trust your gut. People ask me, when you do info sponging, what do you read? I read whatever catches my curiosity, because your gut instinct should hire a new marketing manager. It should be called your fast intelligence. Your gut instinct knows, right? Everything you've ever done right, every mistake you've ever made is in your gut. So when I look at a story and I say, I wonder what perishable commodities are, I follow my instinct. So I read a story one day about perishable commodities, which was a story about selling fruit. Do I need to know that in the travel, the hotel business? No, but I was curious how you sell a perishable commodity. And when I went to bed that night, I was thinking, I don't sell fruit, but what else is perishable? You know what's perishable? Hotel rooms, airplane seats. Because when you close the door to the airplane, all the goods are spoiled. You can't sell them anymore. So when I went to bed, it felt like two pieces of a puzzle connected for me. A different day, I read a story about distressed inventory. I did not even know what that meant the day before, but I'm only doing 20 minutes a day to learn one new thing. The thing I learned was that distressed inventory is all the product that your sales and marketing channels could not sell. You know what that could be? When I went to bed that night, an empty seat on an airplane is distressed. An empty room in a hotel at midnight is distressed. So I started thinking, how do I put all these ideas together? Perishable commodities, distressed inventory, dynamic pricing. And we as a team put those things together to create these companies. If you've been to the US, you might have heard of Priceline.com. In 190 other countries, our business is Booking.com. But we combined the ideas I just told you, brand new ideas from outside of travel, in a way that no one in our industry ever had before. This company was a startup on a little table like the tables in the hall that the entrepreneurs out here in the exhibit area. And today, the company that we built does business in 190 countries. And today it's worth $140 billion US. And it started because we took ideas from other industries. By the way, that's how this was created. Travis, the person that created this, was studying concepts. He was not looking at the taxi industry, right? This is the world's biggest car service. But if you were going to build a car service, what's the first thing you would buy? A car, a taxi. But he doesn't own any. He was reading about the sharing economy. He was reading about task-based workforces, on digital micropayments. He took all these new ideas and he said, maybe there's a whole new way to do transportation that no one's ever thought of. Everybody else was buying more taxis. Travis was combining all these technologies and created the world's largest transportation company. Look at ideas that the rest of the world has created, and every day ask yourself, what could I do today that you couldn't do yesterday? That's the key to successful innovation. I want to end with a couple of quick points for entrepreneurs in this room, for the entrepreneurs to be successful. This is important. solve a real problem. I have to
Okay,
tell
can you
you,
hear me?
we just finished something called the Entrepreneurship World Cup that we host. We host a pitch competition across all 200 countries. I just came back from Saudi Arabia with Jonathan, our president, judging the finals. Last year, we had 40.
What you doing?
Presentation.
Okay. Okay.
Don't forget to share your presentation.
Group one, what do you got? Hi, Jenny. We have to present our
Share the tab. That's the tab there.
no,
That's the
PowerPoint. Yeah, that's
So make sure you click on present before you start.
okay. Wait. Give it even.
What happened to the camera?
Miss, call her phone. Heidi, call her phone. Call her phone. Yeah, go just stop screen. It's just all. She's not hearing you. So you have to stop sharing the screen. Okay. Not have to know. It's just how we have to. So we put it on full screen.
No, don't share your entire screen. Share
No,
the.
yeah, when we share that tab, it's still showing on your screen, it's still showing the sides. So
Oh yeah, go. You go in presenter mode.
I did that first.
Hey, Rennie, I was calling you about the bus tomorrow. For the
Don't
forum.
forget to turn on your camera.
You have free seats there for us? How we going? Okay, I'll be there. So be there for 6 o'clock. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Present the whole, we have to represent the whole.
Okay, we appreciate it. No problem. They are presented. Yes, they are.
We have to represent the whole.
Yeah. Why you daydreaming, huh?
Yeah, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
We present the whole.
What does he understand?
Use
Tanzania and Gabon.
Well, I figured that.
Wow,
Yes.
screen not even sharing. Wait.
Go back. Yeah, my executive.
No, on that, you're supposed to see the screen. We don't show our screen, you have to go straight again.
Hold on. You're sharing. Let's go back to the thing and go and share.
Yeah, it's sharing.
You're sharing. Go back.
Okay.
You're sharing your entire screen.
No, I'm just sharing.
Okay,
There we
now
go.
go in full screen. Present. Yeah, from the beginning. Now you can speak. Oh, there you go.
Where is your camera? Your camera is off.
Oh, our camera off. We want that, our camera off also.
Turn on the camera first. You will take yourself off.
I don't put like make it full screen on that. Yeah. No, because like when we go on it, like full.
Jonathan, mute that mic for me, please. You see that confidence say, oh, presentable, that's embarrassing. Behind us in the screen. So I'm saying that's it. Don't tell the children that the children do their best. That's for once. You cannot do that.
Don't worry, guys. It's a learning process. You're present confidently. So if when Leon has to speak, all you do is shift the laptop to Leon. Okay? It's only one person. How they told you? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So from the beginning, so I was just like that today.
Go into presenter mode. Present. Right there.
This way.
That's how you press it. It's not separated. Hold on, it's not changing. Michelle, it's not changing the view. Hold on. Just a second, eh?
Okay.
Don't do that. Remember, positive energy. Start the slideshow. Michelle, okay. Your slides changing. What happens here? Be kind, be nice. Remember, we don't foster negativity here. We don't foster negativity here. You sure?
Yes, but this she was shy.
You shy? Don't be shy. Michelle,
Yeah.
switch into presenter for them. I don't know why on our end it's not showing. It's not allowing them to. Let me close that and reopen it. Where's your presentation?
That's not. I think it just like it on itself, like when you go like there, it saves.
PowerPoint?
Yeah. So it's ready to save.
Okay. Hold on, Michelle. Give them a second. They're having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
It happens. We all do it. Okay, from your computer.
Trying to present again. It's supposed to pick up. Oh my. And there's no way y'all can email this to us right now. Oh, send that to us. Michelle, the computer dying now.
We can go by the office.
Nancy,
We have to go by the office Wi-Fi.
let's go to group 4 while group 3 gets sorted out. Tansy,
The PC dying now, so the presentation cannot be shared.
let's go to group 4, so we'll come
They
back
can
to group
use
3.
they can use my PC, but they have to send me the presentation.
No, let's go to group 4 and we'll come back to them.
It's breaking up, Michelle.
Let's go to group 4 and we'll come back to them.
Who has to go?
It's not working?
No one, the battery died. So she.
But I'm the one. Oh, I'm the one speaking. Put the
Somebody
email
else
there.
can speak. So why is it not
Isn't rattly.
What is this?
That's what we have. You seen them?
Yeah?
Okay, everybody can hear me? You need to respond so I know if I can hear you all.
No.
So guys, respect that the group is about to present. We need absolute silence, just like every other group who presented.
Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Whenever you're ready, you all can start presenting. Who's presenting?
Our group, just for 1 second. That's crazy. That's because when you do that? No. Hold it so. Just hold it. You can hear us properly?
Yes, I'm waiting for you to start presenting.
Okay, stop. Okay.
Good afternoon. Have you ever felt that stomach twisting feeling or a stomach bug that causes misery onto your life? Well, at SCSS, this is most commonly caused by bacteria and viruses which thrive in the tank containing water at this establishment. This is detrimental to the health of students, staff, and even parents. Did you know? Did you know that did you know that in total 2 chlorine pods must be dropped into a tank throughout each year? Well, at SCSS, not one tablet is placed in the tank. Flushing your tank twice a year is mandatory for water to be considered safe because but at SCSS it is only flushed once. This could allow algae to cultivate in and on walls of the tank. Isn't this concerning? Well, let me tell you. The SCSS students got you. They came up with a brilliant idea called H2O Haven. H2O H2O Haven H2O Haven is a water purification system that will take the dirty and unhygienic tank water into drinkable and safe water. The tank water will be strained with a filter containing Siemens gel, then a filtration paper containing Siemens gel, then is placed in activated charcoal to filter out pollutants. It is then put under UV lighting, which kills the bacteria. After the UV lighting, the water is now safe. The activated charcoal at $55 for the mousse, and the activated charcoal filter for $55 for the mousse, activated charcoal for $93 for the mousse, fountain for $316 for the mousse, and cartridges for $48 for the mousse come to a grand total of $3,363.
much our system will cost?
This will how much our system will cost to each for 2 months. Compared to buying bottled water, compared to buying bottled water, compared to buying bottled water, H2O Haven will only cost $2,000, but buying bottled water per year will cost $288,000. There is a difference in price, which we say that students will save by our project. So we believe that our project should win because it is not only useful, but it shows that it's not only useful, but it is also very simple. It is very simple and useful. It is not. Thank you
To everyone.
Thank you to everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, Group 3. And who are the members of your group and what were their responsibilities?
Leon help you grade finance, huh? Go there. Just push one of them.
Who's responding to the questions?
Okay, so in our group we have Michael Alphonse. He's responsible with research as with me. Then we have Hidaya Robinson. She's responsible for marketing. What's her name? Leon Griffith. We have Leon Griffith. He's responsible for finance, and we have Caris Ferguson, which is also responsible for finance.
And you are?
I am Daniela, and I'm responsible for the research process.
Okay, so the problem that you have identified is um, unsanitary and unsterilized water.
Pardon?
Can you hear me?
Can you please repeat your question?
You identified the problem as unsanitary water.
Yeah.
And you identified your solution as H2O haven. But what
Yeah.
exactly is H2O haven? Is it a product? Is it a process? Is it a what exactly is it?
H2O Haven is a filtration system which will be taking that tank water which is unsafe and will purify it to make it safe and drinkable. So it's a product.
So it's a product. So what does the product look like?
So basically, this is the model. You can see it properly?
Not really.
Yeah. So this is a model. This is what we draw. So drew. So we take in the tank water which we've tested which we are in process of testing, and we're going to pass it. We're going to CMOS gel and filtration paper. We're going to dip the filtration paper into the CMOS gel. We're going to place it on top of a funnel, and we're going to pour this tank water, which will pass through the funnel with the filtration paper. Then it's going to go into the activated charcoal, and from the activated charcoal, it will go to the UV filter, and then at the end, we'll test whether the water is safe to drink or not. Yeah, that's our system. I don't write up what just
Because the diagram that you have there is tilted clockwise to the right. So I can't really see what you were describing. I can try to imagine it, but because it's turned to the side, It's turned clockwise to the side, so it's not facing the right direction.
Where's the BPM, guys? Somebody that's faster, we're gonna take the paper. 1 second.
The next thing I want to find out from you is about the finance. Can we talk about who's answering the question? Nobody's paying attention.
Yeah, we're paying attention.
So the finance part. Can we see the finance section, please?
Okay.
So for the finance section, I'm seeing a couple of figures there. Where did these figures come from? Or where were these figures obtained from?
So there were two children responsible for the finance section. They took their time out of they took time to look for if they were going to get a sponsor or who that would have sold them. So all of these prices are from all items which was sold to us. So how much they costed to be bought. How much they would be cost if they bought, but most of them were sponsored.
Because you realize that you have the item name, you have the least amount, you have the most amount, but you didn't state where you would get these items as the location. It's not there at all. And remember, that was something I mentioned to you when you first presented, was that you have to show where these items would be purchased. I don't see that information there.
So this is a better. You can see that properly?
No, I can't. I'm not able to see it. I'm going to spotlight you. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is what we envision our system to be like. So we're going to get water directly from the tank. We're going to put it into a funnel, and on the lines of the funnel.
What type of funnel? Funnel made from what? What material?
So it will be a filter funnel and a piece of sheet paper which will be soaked in CMOS gel will be placed inside of it, and the water will be poured onto this. The CMOS gel is used to remove impurities in the water, and the water, after being filtered, is going into a container with activated charcoal, which will remove the pollutants from the water, and it will then be put into a container where it will be getting UV lighting, which will remove the bacteria from the water, which after the UV lighting, it will become our final sample, and this is the water that will be tested.
Okay, how is this process going to be powered? Is it through electricity? Is it through solar? What are you going to use to power it?
Electricity.
Okay, and can you please describe what is the positioning or the layout of the items? Because of course gravity has to play a factor. Some things need to be on top, some things need to be at the bottom to allow the water to flow. So can you please show, because your diagram does not really show the leveling.
Okay, so we have the filter funnel on top of the the well the beaker with the activated charcoal, and we will have some type of pump pushing the water from the beaker to the UV filter. So it will be from the UV filter, we can collect the water from the UV filter and put it into a cup. It will be our final water sample.
Okay, have you ever tested this before, or have you tried this process before?
We're in the process of building the filtration system. We're just missing the UV filter.
Okay, so you're missing a component, a part
Yeah.
of to actually test it. And how soon do you think you'd be able to get it into a testing phase?
We have to look for where we can get
a UV filter.
So like maybe like
Right now, we have already tested the tank water, and it is in a process where the bacteria is growing to see how much bacteria is in the disc. So right now, all that's missing is a UV filter in order to test our safe water. So we don't know how long it might take for us to get a UV filter.
Okay. Now, the next thing that I'm going to ask you is this particular solution that you've created for water filtration, where is this supposed to be used?
This it will be This will be attached in the pipe connected to the tank. So it will be like almost like an attachment onto the pipe. So in the different tanks there
Now,
will be.
remember, I'm not physically there. I don't know the layout. I don't know where things are. So
So
you
we
have to
have
choose which pipe located where for what type of use.
We have approximately five water tanks in our school.
Mm-hmm.
So from the water tank, they have like pipes from the water tank running to the different parts of the school. So on these pipes, we're going to place the, but of course, we'll be covering the filter, the filtration thing there. We will be covering it and replacing it on each pipe, on each tank at the school.
Because you realize that now that I've asked that question, you understand you have to be able to explain how is it going to be covered because that was not explained. Whenever you give a diagram of how something is supposed to work, you have to be able to show again your one of your things is about safety, securing the water to avoid contaminants. So your solution should also show how do you plan to secure the water and avoid the contaminants. Does your diagram show that?
Well, it does not show it, but we can explain it. So basically, the water will still be stored in the tank, but when the pipe is open and it is being passed through the process, this filter will purify it as it's going through the pipes.
Okay. And the other question I asked you before was this water has been filtered for what type of use? Is it for drinking? Is it for washing dishes? Is it for flushing the toilet? Is it for watering the plants? What's the use of the water at the end of the day?
Well, to drink and to wash dishes because so to make our as our finance sheet said, we'll be finding a water fountain. So it will also be coming out of the water fountain and it will be used in the canteen to wash dishes.
Okay, there was something else that I wanted to go to. Can you go to the pricing? There's a pricing slide which showed the total cost and everything. Um, all right, so there we look at regular water bottle quantity, unit price, total per year. You did not identify with what type of water because we have different brands of water
Well,
that
Well, at SCSS, it is Blue Waters. So the Blue Waters unit price is $3, and there's roughly 500 students in the school. But there's roughly 500 students in the school, so in a month it will be around maybe $15,000. So you have to multiply this by 12. So that's how we got the per year, and we did more specific. We did the specific number of children to say the per year, but for the minimum per year, it would be 288,000 because some children buy 3 bottles of water or 2 bottles of water, so it might be double or less than that. However, H2O Heaven will only cost $20,000 in a year.
You mentioned quantity as in 5,880. Is that the number of bottles?
Yeah, per year.
Um, and where is that? Is that the same information for H2O Haven? Because I don't see a figure for quantity or unit price.
H2O Haven, it will be you will refill your water like at a water fountain. You will refill your water bottle, so there is no limit to the amount of water bottles you can fill.
So where do you obtain the pricing from, the costing per year? What do you use to arrive at the cost of 20,000?
So according to our research, the materials used must be changed every 2 months. So we multiplied it by 6 because 2 months is a sixth of a year. So we got $2,000, $2,182.
Okay. Franzi, do you have any questions?
What I wanted to ask them is, based on the testing phase, since they haven't tried it, we wouldn't know how feasible it is. Is there any evidence proven online that something like this had worked that you did research on?
So
Yeah.
we okay. So basically, I went on different like scientists doing research on like the waters in different countries, different parts of the countries, and most of the results were the water were contaminated. That E. coli wasn't safe to drink. People getting sick. So yeah.
So did you do a testing on the waters here?
The tank water is the bacteria is still growing.
We have-
So the
But you all did
bacteria,
test it?
yes,
It have to. We have to
it
store it in them.
it has some, but it needs to stay for 24 hours to fully grow.
So you all added the bacteria to the tank?
You have to add the water onto the tray, and it's going to place in a cabinet which is warm, and the bacteria is growing from the water.
But where it's stored now, this is not the case?
Excuse?
You're saying that there is water stored in the tanks,
Yeah.
but before you all tested, there was no bacteria?
The bacteria. So how this sample works is
Mhm.
the gel allows the bacteria inside of it to grow and become visible to the naked eye. So it's just taking the bacteria cannot see and turning it into bacteria that we can see.
Understood. I have done water testing in the river by the Labushi. So I have seen different colors, red, orange, green, blue, purple, bacteria under the, when I place it in the glass, put it under the microscope, I have seen them. But what I'm asking you is, when you went to that water system and you mentioned you're helping the cause, was there any, to not visible to the naked eye, but did you get a test done?
Yes.
And there
There's
was.
bacteria.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. So how much would it cost to build a system like this? Have you priced your raw material?
Yes, so this it would cost 3,008 3,000 $3,363 for the most, and the materials we need, like for the activated charcoal filter and the seal, it will need to be every 2 months. It needs to be redone or like checked up on, maintain. It will need maintenance. So we just put it as for the 2 months. We just because the activated charcoal was most of the cost and the fountain. So when we counted maintenance, we just multiplied it a couple of times.
And how would you sustain this if you're saying you're only working on it as a school level? Am I correct?
Yes.
And it wouldn't be something that you would sell the solution out there to solve a global problem.
Well, if we can right now it's at the school level of a school program, but we can enhance it, and this can be sold. It can be sold nationally, and other schools with the same problem as us.
Understood. And how long would it take to construct the system that you have there?
Like 2 days, maybe.
To build this?
It will take 1 or 2 days because the materials of
We
You'd have to
missing
buy
we
some
missing
Yes, like maybe like
missing the UV filter.
The UV?
yeah.
Understood. Okay. Well, that's all my questions for now.
Thank you.
Whose idea was it in the first place? Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
Welcome.
Okay, so I want to thank you and your team for delivering this presentation. H2O Haven, I want to thank you for that. In I mean, amidst all of the technical difficulties and the issues that you faced, you were still able to deliver your presentation. And the fact that you guys are from ones and you were adamant about seeing it through, as opposed to another team who did not show up at all. I want to thank you for just the mere fact of just showing up. Showing up alone says a lot. Okay? So
Yeah.
even if you did not um, even if you did not deliver it the way you would have wanted to deliver with all of the issues that took place, the mere fact that you showed up says a lot about you and your character. And I want to commend you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay? I'm very, very impressed by the fact that you did persevere despite the challenges. That speaks volumes to me personally.
That
So
profile
great
respect.
job on that. Great job on that. Okay, so wonderful job, great job, great job, great job. So this is all of the presentation we had. Thank you, team. I would like Tansy to come on camera now. This is your space. All right, everybody. So we have concluded the presentations of the secondary school startup comprehensive startup. We were very impressed by the presentations. We had 3 groups in all presenting. For today, very impressed with what was shared. We had a group dealing with communication. We had SCSS comms. Then we had the aquaponics team, and now we have H2O Haven. 3 very different projects, 3 very different lines of issues that were addressed, and the 3 groups of individuals who worked over a period of just 2 weeks that they were given to put this together. And I want to commend them for such an immense effort. I definitely have to commend them for it. I do. Tansy, you have anything that you want to say about the teams?
Well, I was really impressed with the first and the second group, because the thing is that the school has a plethora of challenges that they go through, including group 3. And given the timeline you gave of 2 weeks, I must say I am really impressed with their level of creativity and their understanding of the project in its entirety. To build an aquaponic system within 2 days and having the electrician on hand and all the raw materials for the recycled plastic was pretty impressive for me. And the thing that stood out the most was the involvement of having the Form 1s who just entered the school to perform at such a high level and being able to deliver is quite impressive for SCSS. As an alumna, I must say I am very proud of where the school's headed and the challenges that they're going to be overcoming together as a team. Today, if investors do take the time to come in on corporate St. Lucia, I believe that we have our change makers right here today. So I would say a job well done to all the teams, and I do look forward to how things would unfold with their brilliant ideas and how we can tap into areas of finance and other resources that would take these ideas and bring them to life. Imagine having my own aquaponic system right in my kitchen, seeing your own aquarium and your lettuce growing indoors. And for persons who are in areas now where there's limited drainage and land space, they would really appreciate this on a global level, especially in the United States where vertical farming is now prevalent. I
a big
believe that we
thing.
have
Yes,
a
it is.
vibrant
It's now
product
trending.
that would definitely break the market. And I'm very proud that I was added on today to be a part of this great initiative and looking forward to partnering in the future.
Thank you so very much, Tanzania, for your time, for your effort, and for being our in-house judge today on the ground. Thank you so very much for your expertise. For
You
those of
most
you who have been following, we will not be revealing the winners today. The information about the winners will be announced on our page. So please stay tuned for that information. It will be released very soon. But I want to thank you so very much,
you're
Tanzi.
most
Thank you so very much for being with us
yes.
this afternoon. So, guys, there you have it. This is we've come to the end of secondary school startup day. Just to give you another overview of what it is that we're going to be using, the criteria, the three teams are going to be judged on problem identification, solution creativity, feasibility, presentation delivery, team collaboration, anywhere from 1 to 5 points under each of the criterion presented. And the total scores, a maximum of 25, given by each judge, that is myself and Tanzania. The winning teams have to score a minimum of 20 points in order to gain access to the business development and mentorship program that we offer. Schools, or should I say the teams that score 25 points, full score, full marks, will receive special recognition of excellence. And what we will do at this time is close for today. It has been a very long day for the students and a very long day for the team. And as I wrap up, I want to say a very, very, very special thank you to the Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School. Miss Combi, thank you so very much for agreeing to come on board, partnering with us to host this particular event. T&D Marketing and Sales Management, thank you so very much for partnering with us today to host this event and making it go hybrid. Our judge, Tanzania Mathre, and of course, most importantly, without a doubt, the students for making this day a success. Without you all, today would not have been possible. You've inspired us. You've inspired me. I know you've inspired Tanzania. She said it. And you've definitely inspired me. You've inspired us all with your ideas and your creativity. Let us continue to support and to encourage each other. I definitely am going to ask that your parents encourage you, that your teachers encourage you. And thank you to the teachers who worked behind the scenes to help you put together the presentations and everybody else who played a role and played a part. Let us encourage the students. Teachers, this is for you. Let us encourage the students to keep thinking, to keep innovating, and to keep being change makers, not just for the schools, but for the community at large. Thank you, everyone. To those of you who are watching this live, thank you so very much. And I'm hoping that there's somebody out there who has the inclination to reach out to the Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School to find out what they can do, what you can do to support these students in these projects and help them to make it a reality. Though few will make it to the program, there's more that can be done. Each and every one of these projects should come to fruition, but we can only do this with your support. So again, thank you to everyone and have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Thank you and have a great day. It was a pleasure serving you as a host for our very final GEW event for 2024. Thank you so very much and good afternoon.